Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Today we are looking at some valuable and some rare Indian head pennies that are worth money. So we're going to be looking at these 1-cent coins, different types of errors, different things to look for on these coins, and some different coin prices. So don't forget to go check out couchcollectibles.com. Link is always in the description of every single video. Let's just hop right into it and start off first with this image here of the 1868 Indian head penny. Now on the word Liberty, you can see that there is doubling. You can really see it there on the T and the Y. So look for that double die obverse with your coin microscopes, which I have available again on couchcollectibles.com. So double die obverse, you want to look for that because that can give your coin some value. Now if we look at a couple examples of what these coins have sold for, this is a 1868 Indian head penny that sold for over $195 because of its double die obverse. So it has doubling. It's graded at a very fine 30. So keep in mind, if this coin was graded at a much higher grade, a better conditioned coin, it would sell for a lot more money. And that's what we're gonna look at here in a second. So a very fine 30 grade with that double die obverse sold for around $195. Now if we look at the same exact coin, this coin is an 1868 with that double die obverse, graded by PCGS. You can see that it does have that DDO there on the coin slab, and it is graded at a mint state 65 red brown. So the mint state grade is really what's going to give it a lot of value. You go from a $200 coin to over a $1,000 coin. This coin sold for around $1,100. So that is going to determine the coin's value as well as the condition. The higher the grade, typically, in most cases, the more the coin is going to sell for. Now if we look at an 1868 Indian head penny that is graded at a mint state 66 red, now again, keep in mind the last penny that we looked at was red brown, and then the penny before that was just brown. Now this penny is graded at red. So that's even going to be more valuable. Plus this coin is graded at a mint state 66. So it's a higher grade, and this coin does not have any types of errors. It's just got that high grade, which I would imagine that there's not too many of these Indian head pennies out there with this grade, which will, increase the demand, which ultimately increases the prices of these coins. This coin sold for over $35,000. That's right, $35,000. So, these hardcore collectors, a lot of people collect these coins as investments. Some people like me, I just collect because I've always enjoyed collecting coins since I was a kid. But let's move on to the lower graded version of these coins. See, if we look at this 1868, it's only graded at a very good 8. So it's got a very low grade, which is gonna, devalue the coin a lot. The coin only sold for a little over $35. And then, like I said, the same exact coin sold for over $35,000 because of its grade. Also, you want to look for mispunch dates, repunch dates on a lot of your Indian head pennies. So pay attention to those. This coin actually has that, and it's got a low grade, but the coin sold for around $40. So nothing too crazy, but still a $40 coin. We'll look at some mispunch dates here in a minute on some other Indian head pennies, but let's check out this proof coin here. This is the 1868 proof that's graded by PCGS at a proof 66 red. Man, that is an amazing conditioned coin. That is absolutely incredible. This Indian head penny sold for over $20,000 US. $20,000. Alright, now check out these other Indian head pennies that you should always be on the lookout for. Here's the stock image of the 1903 Indian head penny. This is no mint mark, so Philadelphia minted. You can see that they produced over 85 million of these coins, so you might think, how in the world can they be valuable if they produce so many of them? And that's what we're going to answer right here. First off, here's an example of the date being repunched. So if you look where those arrows are, it's being repunched southeast of the date there. So you can see that underneath the 1, the 9, and the 0 there. So always be on the lookout for those because it can give the coin a little bit of value. Now, if you guys want to see your coins up close like this, I do have microscopes available, USB microscopes you plug into your computers. where you can see your coins up close like this. They're available at couchcollectibles.com. Link is always in the description of each video. So here's an example of a 1903 penny that has a mispunched date. Now this one didn't sell for big money, but it still sold for over $85, which if it had a higher grade, it's graded at an AU 58. You can see that there on the coin slab by PCGS. If it did have a higher grade, it probably would sell for more, of course, but it's graded at an AU 58, so that's what it sold for, $85. Now here's an example of a lower graded one as well. This is graded at about uncirculated 58, lower grade in comparison to mint state coins, of course. Now if you're not too familiar with coin grading, I have a whole video on my channel of that. This is the 1903 that has no mispunched date. It's just a regular 1903, and it sold for $75. But if you look at this coin, this is the same exact coin in 1903. However, it's got a very high grade. Now you go from $75 to a high graded coin at a mint state 67. This coin here sold for over $17,000. So you see how big the gap is from $75 to $17,000. That is all based on the grade. So the higher the grade, the more money you're gonna get for your coins essentially. Now here's a 1903 proof penny. So this is pretty cool. Love the details on this proof penny. As you guys know, proof pennies are struck multiple times. That way they gives them more details. If you're not too familiar with proof coins, I have whole videos on proof coins as well. Now this is graded at a proof 68, so very, very high grade. Now this penny here sold for over $37,000. That's right, $37,000. Here guys is a stock image of the 1902 Indian head penny. No mint mark, so Philadelphia minted coin. Now you can see that they produced over 87 million of these coins. So they did make a lot of the 1902 penny. But here's an example of something to look for on that 1902 penny if you guys do have one. So this is what's called a die gouge on the eye of the Indian. So that is pretty sweet. You can see that very visibly there on the eye and the image displayed here. All right, now here's an example of a 1902 that has that eye gouge. You can see that it's not a very high graded coin. It's graded at an extra fine 40. So nothing like a mint stated high graded coin or anything like that. It's obviously been circulated. If it was a mint state high graded coin, then it would definitely sell for a lot more. Now this coin here, even in its condition, sold for $80. Now here is another 1902 Indian head penny. Now this is graded about uncirculated 58, so a lot higher grade than the last coin. However, it doesn't have that eye gouge or anything like that, but because of its higher grade, it did sell for a little more money. It sold for a little over $85. Now I'm going to show you the difference between an $85 coin and a very, very expensive coin, and this is all based on coin grading. Alright, so this coin here is again a 1902 Indian head penny. Now this is extremely, extremely high graded coin, almost flawless. It's graded at a mint state 68. So very, very high grade. You can see that there in the images displayed that this coin is just super, super nice. And because of the grade on this coin, this penny sold for over $13,000. So you got an $85 penny and a $13,000 penny that are both the same year, both the same pennies, just two different types of grades. So that is a huge, huge factor when pricing coins. Alright, so first up is an image of a double die reverse. You can see it taking place there on the shield of the reverse on this penny. Now you see the doubling on the edge of the shield there. And then if we take a look at this next image, this is also on the 1865 penny. There's doubling taking place on the letters 1 cent. So like I always say, get a cheap little USB coin microscope. You can get them from couchcollectibles.com. Link is in the description. And you guys will be able to see your coins up close like this. Now if you want to look at some coins that actually have this double die reverse taking place on them, here's an example of that. Now this is at a mint state 63. It's got doubling taking place on the reverse of the coin, and this coin sold for over $4,300. Next up is another 1865 with the double die reverse. Now this is graded at an AU 55. Now of course if it was a mint stated grade, it would sell for a lot more money. However, because because this coin does have doubling on both the shield and on the letters 1 cent, this penny sold for over $1,100. Now something else to look for on the 1865 penny is the fancy 5. You want to look for the fancy 5. You can see the difference here in the image displayed of the fancy 5 versus the plain 5. So you can really see that hook indent on the top of the 5 on the fancy 5. Now here's 2 more examples of the fancy 5 on the Indian head penny. So like I say, get that USB microscope, that way you can see your coins up close like this. Now here's a lower graded example of that 1865 fancy 5 penny. Now this penny here sold for over $180. Now if we look at the same coin, this also has a fancy 5, but it's at a mid-state 66, so extremely high grade, which will give the coin a lot of value. Now this Indian head penny here sold for over $28,000. And then next up is an 1865 penny that just has the plain 5. However, it's a high graded coin. That's why it's valuable, and that's why this penny sold for over $3,500. Now something else to look for on the 1865 Indian head penny is this line that you see that's going through the feathers there. Now you can see that with the USB microscope, so definitely want to get one of those. Now what this is called is a lathe line, and it's most likely a line from the die cutting process that wasn't properly moved before the hubbing. So definitely an awesome error to look out for. If you guys got an 1865 penny, let me know in the comments below. You guys will definitely have to examine those up close. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me, and until tomorrow, I will see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.